welcome back to Win is Win Football Podcast, where we make weekly wrong football predictions and mispronunciations.
Well done.
We predicted that the European teams would outclass all other continents when it came to the quarterfinals.
We say football heritage, huh?
Football heritage, eh?
Club World Cup not going so well, huh?
Hey, I mean, Brazilian teams,
Impressed.
still impressive. And also, why am I sweating like balls?
It's kind of hot inside, actually.
Al-Hilal beats City 4-3. It is the upset of the tournament, probably the upset of the year. What do you think?
Upset of the year.
Yes. City's been very good this tournament.
Yeah, sure, but
Everyone thought they were back. They were not.
they were not. Okay, upset of year maybe over hyperbole, but it's a big one because you'd expect City to beat them.
Easily. And this puts Saudi Arabia on the map.
You think?
100%.
Nah. I mean, I think Al-Hilal was good when they played against you guys. I think they were honestly the better side.
They were better.
But it was Xabi's first game, so you can't say too much. But just to say that they were on par with Real Madrid, now they knocked out City. It's looking good for them.
If you look at them individually, mid-table Premier League side.
Some of them have played in lower like John Neves played for Wolves. They were mid to bottom.
No, not Ruben Neves.
At Al-Hilal. No, John Neves. Ruben Neves. Sorry.
Koulibaly played for a bottom league side, Chelsea.
Then I have Malcolm, great name. Rush. And Cancelo.
Lodi from Atleti.
Milinkovic-Savic.
Oh, he's world class, you know. He had the potential.
Sure, but don't say world.
He had the potential to be world class.
Yeah.
But he actually did well against City's midfield and Real Madrid's midfield.
But
he could have played for a big European club.
Bono. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the saves he made?
I mean, the first half was basically City versus Bono.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Bono, it would have been 4-0, 5-0.
I mean, the save he made to keep in the... Have you seen the one against Savinho? Yes, on the floor.
He
like
crawls.
On the floor. It was so impressive. You know, Holland after the game was like, yeah, you should come to City.
No, he said it's fake. He commented on Instagram, it's fake.
No, we keep it.
We keep it. But then the second half, Inzaghi ball.
I mean, this guy, he knows how to implement his ideas.
Quick.
For sure.
Quick,
I mean,
in a foreign team that he's never managed before in a couple of weeks, it's quite impressive.
It is very impressive. I mean, they look like a mid-table good team. They're good players, good manager. So, I mean, why shouldn't they be able to compete against teams?
I like Ruben Neves. I wish he stayed in Europe.
Yeah,
Ruben Neves. There are so many good players like Milinkovic-Savic, Ruben Neves, Koulibaly could have stayed in Europe.
Yeah, after
Bono, oh my god, Bono. Imagine if you had Bono. Yeah. I don't know.
We have Kepa now.
Oh, the savior.
Now, but Ruben Neves, it's sad because I feel like that guy is missed potential.
Yeah.
I mean, coming up so young, captain, everything. He joined Wolves when they had their Portuguese thing. Championship brought them up to Premier League, everything, and you could feel like he could take a next step.
He's cooking.
Yeah, but he had the qualities.
He uncooked,
and then he burnt it. He burnt everything
badly.
Horrible.
Smoke all over the house.
Fire alarm going off. Evacuate the building. Fireplace coming. You know, the fireman. That's Al-Hilal basically trying to save his career.
That's Inzaghi.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Saudi Arabia on the map? Does this put Saudi League... Was Ronaldo right? Is Saudi League top 5 league in the world?
No.
Why not?
Nope.
They just beat one of the best sides in Europe. Okay. And they didn't even win the league. They were second.
Sure, but
that means Al-Ittihad is better than them.
Yeah, sure, but the league in itself is not good. I'm sure a couple of teams in the league are good.
Five teams.
Okay, tell me the names of the 5 teams.
Al-Ittihad,
Yeah.
Al-Nasr,
Yeah.
Al-Hilal.
Yeah.
There is someone. There are 2 more.
Exactly.
The one that Henderson.
you're
the one that Henderson went to. And Nacho. And Nacho.
Gerrard. Huh? What's 10 minutes name? Exactly.
I'm tired today.
Tired.
What is the name of the one that Henderson went to? There was a 4th team. That was kind of
Fuck. No.
Al-Ahli. That's the 4th one. The one with Firmino, Mahrez, and what's the name from the guy from Newcastle? That's 4. And then there is the 5th one that Henderson went to.
Ittifaq.
Al-Ittifaq. So 5.
It took you long enough. But no, the league in itself, still not there. I mean, for sure, there are a couple of decent
Make
teams
it a 5-team league and then you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go. I mean, sure, but not top 5. Not right now.
Who's better?
Championship is better.
I mean, the top. Okay, if we just compare the top 5 against the rest of the leagues.
Top 5, okay, Premier League, La Liga better.
Yeah.
Italy.
I would say it's on par with Serie A. Player-wise.
Player for player, maybe.
Better than Liga.
I mean, okay, the top 5 is from Liga, except PSG.
Portugal definitely better. So, you know what? The only ones better that are, it's Premier League and La Liga.
Bundesliga.
No. If you look at player for player, no.
Nah.
You're just no, but you're thinking like you're thinking heritage. You're thinking class. No, just think player for player.
I don't want an old ass Benzema in my team compared to some young striker.
Well, an old ass Benzema won the league against this lot that just beat City 4-3.
Don't care. It's not good enough, bruv.
I think it's good enough.
No. But they're making, these are proofs that they're making the right steps.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. I mean, somehow it's working. I mean,
I hope it influences the rest of Asia.
I mean, we've seen
I hope it can stop the war.
We've seen leagues trying to. Wait, what did you say? Wait.
I hope it can stop the war between Israel and Iran.
No, let's play football.
Hey, Al-Hilal won against City. Let's unite.
There's a missile coming in. I'm gonna cut it. There's a missile. Koulibaly.
Bono saves it.
Right, he could probably save
the missile.
I lost my track.
Instead of the Iron Dome, the Iron Bono.
Man, that probably works. But you're right. We've seen leagues trying to give cash and trying to improve, like China, we've seen Russia, but nobody's successfully done it.
Even Turkey.
I think as Turkey as well, they have a lot of money, but I don't think we've seen one as
This is the most successful
so
one.
far, kind of. But it's still kind of new if you think about it.
I mean, they could reach the final.
You think? Yeah, we're gonna do predictions later anyway. So
I mean, one last thing about City, it's very leaky in the back. Still very leaky.
They've always been leaky.
No. I disagree. Guardiola has always been very underrated when it comes to defense, and that's been one of his biggest strengths. That his defense is so good, while attack is so good as well.
But why I'm saying it, because under City the last couple of years they have been leaky in defense. The only thing that stopped, I think, teams before was the fear factor from City. Like people were scared of going all out attack against them because they were scared what's going to happen when they lose the ball. Yeah. But I think this season when it went on their losing run, teams were like, wait a minute, we can actually score against these guys.
Yeah.
I have a City friend, and he was always like, we always concede goals, but we usually outscore teams. Now,
but it's not like Hansi Flick's Barca. It's very much more controlled.
Not the same, but they still concede a lot of goals.
No.
Not a lot, but they still concede goals. Happy with City?
Yeah, you just spent 300 million pounds
plus
370 million euros.
So 350 the last 2 windows
in the past 6 months.
Yeah,
and this is what he can accomplish. You better deliver next season, brother. Bald fraudy.
Talking about another bald fraudy who has to deliver because they spent a lot of money. That's oddly specific, but it works for Maresca. I mean, they spend a lot of money. Now they play their game.
They don't look that good.
Yeah.
They really don't.
You remember I told you, like, I think some teams are good when they mix two managers. Like when Pochettino left, they had the Pochettino style, and Maresca came in, and their style, just as he is leaving and he is implementing, the match between those coaching styles make a good team. But then when Pochettino's things fades out, when the stench is gone,
Maresca.
Now it's just Maresca, it's like
it doesn't look
not enough.
It doesn't look impressive.
Yeah, I mean, given how much they spent, I think they should do a little bit better. And it's not only that they spent a lot of money, but I don't know, who can you show for it? Like the players they spent their money on.
Yeah.
Now, I like one of the players I like they signed now is James Gittens from Dortmund, English. Okay, sure. You have one talented, but then you look at their attack: Delap, Jackson, Nkunku, Felix. There's Raheem Sterling. There are so many names. We're like, why are they even?
They misspent that money so badly.
Now they have João Pedro as well.
It should be illegal. The amount that they have spent and the amount that they have delivered.
Do you know what they do?
What?
Right. They have this parent company, which owns Chelsea, and within that company they sell their own assets to themselves, basically.
It's so they sell the same City scheme.
No, this is a different kind, because they like Aston Villa is doing the same thing. They sell like the women's team for like ours. If we look at the Arsenal just won the Champions League, their women's team valuation is £4 million.
Yeah.
They then sell their women's team to themselves or another branch within their company for like £60 million, just to balance the books.
Same principle as City.
You just crunch the numbers in a favorable way.
Yeah. But what else happened in this World Cup? Well,
World Cup.
PSG dominated Inter Miami.
My God.
That's enough of the Messi hype.
Yeah, Messi. No,
you old,
Messi,
go home.
Busquets, Suarez,
Jordi Alba.
But that's why they are in Inter Miami.
Yeah.
They are there to retire and relax. They're not here to play Champions League winners. If you think about it, they're like, wait, this is not what we signed up for. We just want to retire and chill.
I have to run?
What? You know how Suarez was. His knees are gone. I feel so bad for him.
Osteoarthritis. Both knees.
Gone.
It's time.
But despite that, he somehow...
It's time for prosthetics.
Yeah, it's time to go. You could see this was another level.
Yeah.
And you knew it beforehand, but you're still like, maybe Messi, maybe... Nah.
Well,
he has to save himself for the next year's World Cup. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we need from him, and then the rest doesn't matter too much.
Inter are out.
Yeah. Inter, they're not looking very, very good right now.
It's not looking good.
Inzaghi left.
Yeah.
And now they're Lautaro after the game after they went out.
Yeah.
He said comments like, of course you want to stay at Inter, you want to win titles, but we need players that actually wants to be here.
Yeah.
And that's all he said. And then some higher up from Inter is like, yeah, I know who he's talking about. He's talking about Çalhanoğlu. Screw this guy. Nah, he didn't say screw that. He's like, yeah, we're gonna find some solution. If he wants to leave, he can go. So he just casually names drops him.
Oh, if they lose Çalhanoğlu, they lose a big part of this team. Because Çalhanoğlu for me has been one of the best CDMs the past years. The past 3-4 years.
I know you like him a lot.
He's been really good. I mean, losing Inzaghi and Çalhanoğlu, it's a big loss.
And potentially,
I don't think they will return.
And potentially a Lautaro.
I do trust in Marotta, the sporting director.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. So he might be able to find some solutions, but it's not looking great.
It's difficult because the Italian teams already they're hindered because they don't have as much money.
Yeah.
Now you have a team, a coach who has performed miracles despite their budget.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to crumble.
He'll find some other.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's not Chivo. Christian Chivo.
Yeah, Chivo, the new coach. Yeah.
He's not
Nah, I'm not sure about it. Shall we do some prediction then? What do you think for the rest of the tournament?
So, Palmeiras, Chelsea.
Let's do. We have kind of missed it, but some are already in the quarterfinals. Some are in the round of 16.
All right, today Real Madrid are going to play Juventus.
And
10-0.
Juventus?
Real Madrid.
Yeah. You think Real Madrid? This is kind of like the first proper
Test? No.
test because other teams have not been the big teams.
This is the warm. Listen, I'll tell you when it stops for Madrid.
Okay.
We'll get there. So
This is where you go through, huh?
this is where we go through. We beat Juventus. Dortmund beats Monterrey or Sergio Ramos' team.
Yeah.
Real Madrid faces Dortmund in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Real Madrid
Okay.
reaches the semi-final.
And the other quarterfinals then are PSG against Bayern. I think we both think
PSG.
PSG, but at the same time, Bayern,
Nah,
PSG. They will have Fluminense against Al-Hilal.
Al-Hilal.
I think so as well. Now, Palmeiras against Chelsea. I think Palmeiras is a good team, but
Chelsea.
they should win it. But
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
I think it will be a tough game, but Chelsea should go through.
Yeah.
So now we have semi-finals of Chelsea against Al-Hilal. What do you think there?
I think people are gonna respect Al-Hilal, and when people respect such teams, they usually beat them.
Okay.
Like Chelsea are gonna pay attention now. It's not like they're going into the game thinking they will outclass them.
It's just an Saudi League team.
Yeah, they will actually play. They will be thinking this is the team that beat City.
Yeah, like we need to actually be
Yeah.
serious here.
So that's why I think Chelsea. And I just said it's not looking good.
And you just said so Al-Hilal is top 5 league team.
Yeah, but I think Chelsea, they're not there yet. But you know the funniest thing is?
Yeah.
I just thought of it. If Al-Hilal reached the final, and then PSG reached the final, and then Inzaghi gets 5-0 against
He just had to relive everything. He's like, yeah, I'm out.
Okay, I'm back.
Be kind to our man.
Yeah.
Be kind to him. Yeah,
No,
okay.
but I think Chelsea will reach the final. What do you think?
I mean, they really should reach the final, but let's do something spicy. I think I'll say Al-Hilal goes to the final,
All right.
just for vibes.
So the second semi-final,
PSG against Real Madrid.
PSG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
We're not there yet.
No, of course. They are one of the best, probably the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And you are quite new, but it would be a good test just to show like how few goals can you really concede.
Yeah. Less than 3, acceptable. Yeah.
And maybe score one.
Let's not ask too much.
Yeah. Okay, so I have Al-Hilal versus PSG final, and you have Chelsea against PSG final. PSG winner. So we think PSG will win the Club World Cup.
How unexpected.
How original.
How original. No, but they're good. They're good. It's a complete side. There's not much to criticize about them, you know?
I want to change it
What?
for vibes. I think Bayern knocks them out.
No, you're out of your mind.
Bayern knocks them
Bayern
out.
are so overrated.
Bayern knocks them
they
out.
barely beat Flamengo.
Bayern knocks them out. Bayern knocks you guys out, and they win the Club World Cup.
No. All right.
I have to spice up my final shambles. Al-Hilal against Bayern. I mean, that would be a.
I'm saying
You're saying
Chelsea, PSG,
Chelsea,
PSG 5-0. All right.
Well, that's enough for Club World Cup. I mean,
Yes.
there's just so much you can talk about it.
So now on to a new segment. Or a new thing, I don't know.
Something.
We're just making shit up at this point.
Yeah, that's what that's when you know there's no football. There's no football. You just have to make stuff up.
All right.
So we have this segment now.
My favorite
11
of all time.
So only favorite, not the best, probably the worst, but just the favorite.
Just the favorites. Players that I would jump off a bridge for.
Damn. I don't have any of those.
I wouldn't even do that for my wife. But for these players, I would.
okay.
Starting off at goalkeeper. This guy, I liked him more in FIFA, I would say.
Here we go.
But I watched him a lot in La Liga.
Yeah.
And he had some amazing games. Like,
I think, can I guess?
who?
Alves.
Yes, Diego Alves.
Diego Alves. You know when I don't remember which beer company. No,
Yeah.
now I don't want to see it.
Okay.
When the beer company sent out beers for every goal Messi scored, he's got like a lot of that. This guy.
I mean, he did concede a lot, but man, he was amazing at penalties, and he had some amazing games against us. Like he could save like 10 goals.
Yeah.
Within one game at the Bernabeu. It was, especially against Madrid,
he liked to perform.
Oh, I forgot one guy as well. The goalkeeper in Espanyol. Black Coli.
Huh?
You don't remember him?
You think of no, you think of Malaga.
No, I'm thinking of Espanyol. Kameni.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's Malaga. That's Malaga.
No, he used to play for Espanyol first.
And
Oh
Malaga.
yeah, and Malaga, yeah. But Kameni, that's also one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm playing a 3-5-2 formation. Just because I wanted as much midfielders and wingers as possible. So my right centre back or right back.
Your defenders.
My defenders. Or right back, Maicon.
Okay.
Yeah. That Inter team.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I was in love with that Inter team. It's because Real Madrid were so not good back then. So our only hope for Barca losing the Champions League was Inter. And so I have so many favorite players from that team.
Yeah, it was
Julius Caesar. Julio Cesar, I liked him.
Yeah.
I love Zanetti.
Yeah.
Even Kivo was good. Thiago Motta. Oh, that Inter side was amazing.
Motta.
Etu on the right.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The defenders then.
Ramos.
Yeah.
Easy. Has to.
Sure.
It's one of my first favorite players in Madrid.
Yeah, for sure.
But I liked him more as a right back. Now, my third defender, Pepe.
Pepe, huh?
I mean, if
longevity.
you love him as a Madrid supporter, you hate him as any other supporter.
Yeah, for sure. But
It's like that kind of guy. You just love to have him at your club because he will do anything to win.
But I think what I liked as well is like when we played against Porto in Champions League last year, it was like Pepe's still playing, and when you watch him play, it's like, yeah, this guy's amazing. And I think he got a bit better PR once he got older and left Madrid. Because now people were starting to appreciate him for what he actually is. He's a very, very good defender, very underrated.
If you think about it, Ramos was way more aggressive than Pepe, but Pepe had those like couple of incidents with the kicking of the Getafe player on the back, and then some naughty stuff against Messi.
Naughty for sure.
But I mean, even he played him as a CDM, Mourinho, in 2011.
Insane.
Stopped Messi.
Insane.
So I'm happy with my defense. Now on to my right winger / midfielder.
Okay, here we go.
Robben,
all right.
2010 Robben. This is not prime Robben in Bayern Munich. 2010 in Real Madrid. 2008, 2009. This is the first season when Barca won the six-tuple or the treble.
Yeah, too many.
Robben was the only good player in Madrid that season. He did his classic move. He goes in on the right, goes inside, curves it on the top. This was like every other game.
Yeah,
favorite player. But unfortunately, if it wasn't for the injuries, I think he would have had a much higher ranking among the.
And that's the only thing I think that stops it for me, because once he played, he was very good. But I think consistently over his entire career wasn't enough.
But he won almost everything except the World Cup, and he was like one shot away.
For sure. No, underrated. No, I wouldn't say underrated. I would say
underrated.
Good rated.
Underrated.
Nah.
Talent-wise.
No, for sure talent-wise.
Yeah.
But maybe I have talent, but I'm sitting here, right?
You are rated. My second midfielder, Guti. I only managed to see him at the end of his career.
Yeah.
And it was also that 2008, 2009, but also 2009, 2010 season when Ronaldo arrived in Madrid. And he was so tired, he was so old, and he was already lazy as a player. But he would come on in the second half, and he would give the craziest assist I've seen. Like, he would pass it from the defense through ball through the midfield and the back, and Ronaldo's free against the goal. Like it was Guti that season comes on in the second half and just dominates in the midfield. So that's one of my favorites.
The plan. Wait for the second half. Guti.
Because he doesn't want to run in the first half, so he puts up him on in the second half, and he changes the game. My second midfielder is the man that made me watch football and Real Madrid. Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah.
No words needed.
Bald front. Your Honor, we have Champions League.
We have 3 Champions Leagues with him. 3-peat. But also as a player, the most elegant player I have seen. Nobody will ever match it. Watch the highlights of Zidane versus Brazil back in 2006. That was one of my favorite games to watch. Dominated that Brazilian legendary team.
Yeah.
My third midfielder. He played for Real Madrid first, but then also played for my second favorite side, Inter.
Your second favorite Iraq.
Sneijder.
Yeah. Okay.
I loved his free kicks in Madrid. His free kicks were so good, and should have won a Ballon d'Or that season.
You think?
Easily.
You know what he said? He's like, if I didn't like food as much, I would have won more Ballon d'Ors than Messi. I'm not maybe food. I think if he wasn't lazy or something.
Yeah, but the talent on him,
fantastic.
And
it's a good Dutch generation they had that.
Yeah, it was almost close to win the World Cup as well. My left midfielder.
Yeah.
Guess. Left winger.
Ferran Mendy. Lucas Vazquez.
Robinho.
Okay.
He also he was one of he was the player or like the star of that Real Madrid team in the Remontada 2007. Bro, when it comes to talent, don't talk to me about Neymar. Robinho's talent when it comes to dribbling, next level. But
that entire Brazil generation was amazing.
But he was such a missed opportunity. Like, that's quite disappointing, but also it's quite nice in its own way that he was raw talent only. But left Real Madrid and signed for Man City because he thought it was Man United. I mean, tells you everything about him as a
what is this, Manchester City?
I mean, he was amazing, man. His stepovers, unmatched.
Not a very nice person, though. Anyways.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, go on. We only talk football.
I only talk football. My 2 forwards.
Yep.
One of them, I have to say.
Younis Mahmoud.
Iraqi legend.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that guy,
the best Iraqi.
That guy gave you probably the best football experience of your life.
Yes. My second forward, guess.
I have no. Alvaro Morata.
Van Nistelrooy. I love Van Nistelrooy.
Ew.
He is the classic 9. He won the Golden Boot in his first season in Madrid. He was also that player that won us the Remontada season. I love him. And also, you should watch the Real Madrid goal against Valencia. I think it was 2007.
Where you played back in
it was like tiki-taka, and then cross, and then volley.
But that's fake tiki-taka.
That's tiki-taka.
That is fake tiki-taka. That's Real Madrid tiki-taka.
That is tiki-taka before tiki-taka was found.
You know what that is? When you try to copy someone's homework, but you can't really do exactly the same.
They didn't have tiki-taka back then. This was back in 2007.
Yeah, but it's not.
They learned from that goal.
It's not the thing. It's the feeling. It's the vibes. You don't have it. And it's fine. You don't have to be tiki-taka. But that's not tiki-taka.
That was tiki-taka.
Nah. Tiki-taka is like one touch, quick.
It was one touch, quick.
But this was not quick.
It was so quick.
Nah, it was slow.
Watch the goal and judge for yourself.
And the passes were behind players. They had to stop.
It was tiki-taka.
It is not tiki-taka.
It was tiki-taka.
It's a fraud goal.
So,
decent team. I rate it. Maybe too many Madrid players.
I mean, I don't really watch many other clubs. And I don't care about other clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
In goal, for me, my favorite 11, not the best 11 in my opinion, I had 2 goalkeepers in mind. One, I was going for similar vibes of you. A goalkeeper who you never heard much of, but then when the big games came on, he always stepped up. Ted Mosby. Ochoa from Mexico.
Oh, I loved it.
Every time when the World Cup
I
was on,
loved it.
when the World Cup was on, you saw his face.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So it was between him and I love Neuer. This guy for me changed the way I saw goalkeepers.
Yeah. I don't like him.
Crazy dude.
I think he's overrated as a goalkeeper.
I like him a lot, even though he gave me a lot of troubles with Bayern Munich.
I mean, that Joselo goal was because of him. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he's old.
Against Bayern 2015, when when he did the thing to Boateng, that same game. No, the chip and the goal before, the first goal. It was quite easy that he conceded. And Ronaldo scored so many goals against him.
Don't care.
Ochoa is a good choice.
It was between them, so
Yeah.
but I had Ochoa.
Yeah.
At right back, Sergio Ramos. But at right back,
Yeah.
when he came on in the Spanish team,
His
my
crosses
God.
were so underrated.
I was like, who am I watching?
Yeah.
And my aunt at the time, she was living in Spain. And I was like, yeah, I love this Sergio Ramos guy. So she bought me a Sergio Ramos shirt. So I have one from back then.
Yeah, I think he became a center back in 2012.
Yeah, before that, when he was a right back for Spain, when they won the first Euros,
I love him.
With the Euros, World Cup Euros,
Yeah.
the first one, I was like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
My center back pairings. First, not so very good human, Jerome Boateng. I don't know. I like the way this guy handles himself on the pitch. I could have had him at right back as well. His passing, everything. I felt like he was so dominating. I just liked him as a player. My second one, William Saliba.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
you told me about William Saliba, I think when he first was loaned to Arsenal. You were like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
But then again, you say that about every guy in Arsenal.
Yeah.
But I knew about William Saliba before he became William Saliba. And
yeah, because before anyone knew about him.
Yeah.
Because, when I watched his clips when he joined, I was like, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he was so cold, calm, composed, everything. But now when I watch him play for us...
mispronunciation of the week.
Yeah.
Calm.
It was a mixture of calm and composed. Anyway, he's so elegant. I mean, it's like a like a Zidane at center back.
He is probably Varane, but better.
But different. They're different kind of play.
Varane was calm.
Yeah, but...
and physical.
Yeah, but Saliba, the technique, the dribbling, body feints, everything. Love him.
Watch Varane match versus Barcelona.
This is not your level.
2013.
Shut up. So no, Saliba. I mean, this guy, for me, the thing that makes him get into my level is like, I enjoy watching him defend. I enjoy watching him play.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult for a centre back to make you enjoy watching them play.
No, I like him.
At left back, it was difficult. One you always enjoyed. You enjoyed like a Marcelo.
Is it difficult?
What are you gonna say?
Miles Lewis Kelly.
Yeah, that's the one I have. I have Miles Lewis Kelly. But I mean, this is his first year in football. But
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
for me, like you say, I've said, Saka for me and Vinicius for you, they've had their journey through the club, and I feel like this guy is on par. He's gonna become in the same category.
Yeah.
He is from the academy. He's Arsenal through and through, and fantastic person. He just signed a new long-term contract. Real Madrid was like, maybe we can buy him. Nope, he's staying. 2030, and they did the announcement video of him. You get the feeling that this is an amazing person.
Okay, we have Fran Garcia and Mendy.
So yeah, I just such dominance, composure, and confidence. He just backs himself, and I love it. And I think he probably won't be a left back in the future, but at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So I forgot to say I play a 4-4-2. So right mid, guess who?
Saka.
Bukayo. Now I think this is my favorite. This is my favorite player in world football right now because of the emotional connection. I remember watching his first game when he came on, first goal, everything. That time, we were shit, and when we had this in the Premier League, the first team was playing, and we had the second team that was playing in Europa and in the cups. I wanted to watch the Europa and the Cup games more because that team was like Saka, Martinelli. You had all the academy players that were coming through. Tierney was playing. You enjoyed that more because they were better players, honestly, at the time. So what Saka's given me, and being now had this. Of course, we haven't won anything yet, but still giving me these memories, being able to chat shit to Real Madrid. We haven't been able to do this for
Since Henry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's why, of course, it has to be Saka. My
Center mid.
center mid, my two center mids. First one, Santi Cazorla.
Ooh.
I mean, this guy.
He just promoted
That beautiful story, Oviedo.
Oviedo. Ooh. It's a classic club, Oviedo.
Childhood club.
Yeah.
He brought them back into La Liga. And he said, like, what is the lowest salary you can give me?
Yeah.
That's what he wanted from them. And he donated everything to charity or to the academy football.
So nice.
So this guy, fantastic. He's a funny, good person, a great footballer. And, you know, that team we had some good players, but I mean, if I could take one from that team right now, I would love to have Santi in that team right now.
Yeah, you kind of need this type as well.
Now I think Subimendi might be it might be fine now, but I would love to have Cazorla. You know, left foot, right foot, technique, everything.
Amazing.
And my other centre mid, I didn't really know who to pick, but then I remembered we watched this guy live together, and I was like, this is the best player on the pitch, Isco.
I was so close to picking him. It was between him and Guti.
When we went and watched that Real Madrid Bayern Munich game in the Champions League, which year was it? 2017. I mean, you had the Ronaldo, you had Benzema, you had Bale, you had Lewandowski, Ramos. I can remember who else from Bayern. Everybody.
Yeah.
But the best guy on the pitch was Isco.
That season was his best season.
I mean, oh my.
He had the Zidane free role as well.
Because when you watch the game on TV, you don't get the sense of the game in the same way. But this guy, he was so quick with the ball. Nobody could touch him. Nobody could get close.
Even Chiellini said in that same season in the final, he was like, in that final we couldn't get near Isco.
I mean,
that's the level. Chiellini, and one of the best center backs.
For me, when I watched, you always knew Isco is a good player, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I watched that live, I was like, this is the best player on the pitch. And these were the best teams in the world back then. Yeah. And I was just struck by his talent. It was amazing.
No, he's a very beautiful player to watch as well.
Yeah. And then on the left, my left mid, probably our generation, everybody watched him on YouTube, everything. Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was football when we were kids. Everybody would everyone knew. Even people that didn't watch football. Ronaldinho, yeah, we know him.
I started watching him after his golden years.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, he was kind of like at the end of his Barcelona career. Yeah. But even at Milan, when we faced him in the Champions League, he killed us.
Yeah, but
he killed, and he always loved to kill Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos was his
nightmare,
favorite victim.
Yeah, Ramos is nightmares about him. Nah, there's not much. I can't even describe this guy.
Yeah, he's good.
He is like, if you made football into one player, it would probably be him.
Yeah,
just the happy vibes, dribbling, goals, art,
samba,
everything. This guy is football.
Yeah.
For me. Then my two strikers, maybe not so much football. Ibrahimovic. But he is, as a Swede, this is the best player we have ever produced. And I've always watched his career. I always used to watch all the games wherever he played. You know, me and my father, we used to have this tradition. Every time he played, we used to watch and sit the game. Yeah. So like PSG, we always watch their games during the week and whatever. Zlatan for me. I think one of my favorite players of all time.
He was a complete striker. Yeah, he scored goals and he could dribble and he could hold up the play.
And assist.
The only problem was he didn't run as much. Which is probably why it didn't work out in Barca. Yeah. Because he wasn't the pressing type or the...
Yeah, I mean, that probably wouldn't work too much in the modern game.
Yeah.
It was fine back then.
Yeah.
But as soon as he started coming over to the more modern,
I think one of my biggest regrets is that he didn't go to Madrid. I think he would have been a perfect profile for Madrid.
Him and Neymar.
Yeah.
They could have played. They should have been Real Madrid players, not Barca players.
I think he could have played with Ronaldo. Maybe the egos, but I think it's a fitting type for Ronaldo. But he is the hold-up play. But Ronaldo is the goal scorer.
Like, you think you could do the Benzema role?
Better.
You think so?
Yeah.
But Benzema could. He is the main man, but he knew Ronaldo was the bigger.
But I think Zlatan. Nah, I think Zlatan could have done that and done better and scored more goals.
Probably.
Yeah.
Now about Zlatan, I love it. And then my final striker, Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Don't have to say much. Love him.
Overrated. No. Okay. All right.
But that was favorite. Now
it was the.
Want to play tic-tac-toe?
Nej, vi kör nästa vecka.
Next week we're gonna play some games.
Tic-tac-toe. And what was the other game?
And other games.
And other games.
Yes.
Yes. It's been fun. It's been real. I have to work tomorrow.
Me too.
Ciao.